Hello, people of YouTube. Zolergeist here, coming to you. I know I haven't been on in a while, and that's been a lot of because of college work combined with normal work has kept me fairly busy, and a lot of personal matters have kept me from making new content and publishing new content. But I wanted to come on back to you. I wanted to show you this new game that I found. It's supposed to release in December of 2013, and what I wanted to do was just kind of do a breakdown of what to expect from it based on the media that has been released about it. Now, the game is called Stonehearth, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the video, and I'm going to pause as it plays and just explain some of the things that I see about it and what you should expect from the game in the future. So let's go ahead and start. The game is made by Radiant Entertainment. What they're doing is making a voxel kind of RTS RPG. As you can see here, we have settlers building a house. And as they progress, they can chop down trees and place blocks and such. Now, let's pause it here, if I can. Now, if you look over here, you can see stone, and in a lot of the videos that you see on YouTube, there isn't any type of stone mines or anything, but what I'm guessing from this is that they eventually plan on adding some type of mining system where you can actually send your settlers out and have them dig quarries or maybe go tunneling through mine systems. So we should expect to see depth in the world, not just expanding length and width-wise. We also see roads over here, which means that there's going to be improvements you can place on the grounds. Now, I'm not sure if that means that the roads are actually going to change anything as far as movement speed of your pieces or your people in your town, or if it's just there for decorative purposes. Either way, pretty cool. Now, here we see a battle scene. You can see the numbers of hits. You also see words like block and parry somewhere here. And you can see little flags above certain enemy units. Let's go ahead and pause this and look at this. The little flags, I'm guessing, will represent maybe tribes or encampments of where the enemy units are coming from, being bandits, or maybe even just that they're stronger creatures. Now, here we see some type of ultra boss Cthulhu dragon monster thing here. Let's keep watching.
Hi, I'm Tom, and this is my brother Tony. We are writing our first game. It's called Stonehearth, and we want to tell you about it. Let's go. Let's go. So the game is a real-time strategy survival game where it's really about guiding this little band of settlers as they carve their niche in the world.
Alright, here. I want to stop here. So let's take a better look at what we can see here. Here we see, starting with the obvious, we have some type of elephant or mammoth-like thing here. I think it's a mammoth. I was reading online and they mentioned something about a mammoth. As well, we have a different type of terrain. We had only seen plains before. Here we're seeing more like a terrace or cliffside area. We also see sheeps, sheep-like creatures over here, as well as a garden with, I'm guessing, some type of fenced-in area and villagers moving pumpkins and such. We also see a town well. We see this river here, and I'm guessing some type of waterfall. As well, the roof color is changing between these two buildings. This one looks more like a barn for storage to me. We see crates and boxes over here, which may be used to store stuff, as well as this cart, which may be used to help villagers transport stuff more efficiently. Let's continue.
And then eventually grow up to be this thriving civilization.
Now here, we again see more roof color changes, as well as flag here. We see a flag here for decorative purposes. We see street lamps. I didn't really prepare this video too well. I'm just going and stopping through every few seconds and mentioning what I notice. I didn't actually watch it like 6 times ahead of time and make a list like I probably should have. We also see different types of trees. Perhaps maybe we'll be able to trim trees to take on different shapes with the leaves. We also see these big old statues right here of, I'm guessing, warriors of some type. as well as I don't know what to call this here. The low wall that rides along the top of castles. If anyone wants to leave a comment about that, thank you. We also see this bridge to get over the waterway. I'm not sure if they're going to add boats or anything like that, but that would definitely be cool to see.
Stonehearth is a game modeled after the ones we really enjoyed the most as kids, where what you were playing wasn't just what came in the box.
Here's another picture of that. I'm guessing it's a mammoth. I think it's a mammoth. As well as, it looks different than the normal villagers. I'm guessing this is some type of shepherd. I read online about a shepherd-like character. So we may expect to see that.
It's really about how you use the tools that came with the game to tell your own stories. If you look at something like Lego or Dungeons and Dragons, the things that you could create on your own and with your friends and share with your friends were really much more powerful than just the thing you could build in the kit or the rules that were written in the module. So
I'm not sure how far this is going to expand, but here we see this looks different than the earlier raiders. This looks more goblinoid here with the pointy ears. But it still bears the same symbol as those other bandits, so I'm guessing this is just another type of enemy. We also see a chest here, and from the looks of this is maybe underground, so perhaps a cavern, so I'm guessing maybe you'll be able to form exploration parties and adventure underground and find like dungeons with monsters and stuff in them so you can collect loot and things.
In a digital game, where now it's not just sharing with the kid down the street, but sharing with the entire world.
Do that, we're using a mix of randomly generated and hand.
Alright, here we see three different, I'm gonna call them classes for lack of a better term. We see a type of archer class who's dual-wielding hand crossbows, a type of knight with his sword and shield, and some type of mage. I believe they referenced a geomancer on their blog, which might be this character who specializes in earth-type spells and moving terrain. We also see a new type of enemy, a zombie, I'm guessing, from its being disemboweled and kind of missing body parts and stuff here. So that looks cool. And here we see cattails in the background, another type of plant life found around small ponds. This also looks like it's in a dungeon somewhere or underground. This over here may be like a tree. This may be above ground just at nighttime, out in maybe the marshes or something. Let's continue on from there.
Content. The base world is randomly generated, stuff like continents, forests, mountains, and monster populations. Then on top of that we sprinkle in a bunch of modules. A module is a scripted mini-adventure with characters, set pieces, and a goal. The NPCs in the module usually have a specific motivation, and their AIs can coordinate with each other to achieve their goals.
Just wanted to make a comment on that. The AIs are going to be able to coordinate with each other to achieve goals. This means it's not going to be as simple as point-and-click / tactics to beat them. Maybe they're going to have some type of higher intelligence to maybe send in a small wave of units up to your front gate to draw a diversion of all of your forces while they sneak in through the back and start attacking your buildings. Just a thought there.
Tons of modules out of the box, but as a modder you'll be able to build your own too, and you can share those modules with everyone else playing the game. We want this huge, ever-expanding pool of modules from modders all over the world. As a player, you'll get to pick and choose what kind of new adventures you want, and each game will be different because of the randomly generated world.
We want to make a game about storytelling, about exploring this rich world, and the more stories we can tell...
Here we see some type of rabbit mutant mage thorn stick bearing samurai sumo guy here. Not exactly sure what that is, but here we see another type of maybe librarian or something that maybe a, you know, another type of unit that we gain access to later on. You can kind of also see over here on his desktop, I just noticed this, this unit is riding on top of some type of animal that looks like maybe a puma or something, kind of purple lion animal over here. As well, the unit is holding a spear, and this one is what looks like is holding a double-ended sword of some type. not good with weapon names.
Better the game is for everyone. So modability is super critical. We need to put the tools in the user's hands that let them, expand the game beyond what we can provide. So the game is moddable top to bottom.
So here they're talking a lot about modding the game and being able to create mods to be able to send out to other people. And they're actually creating a Cyclops here, which is pretty cool. Another unit that you'll be able to fight. I'm all for games having the ability to be modded for the player's enhanced experience and such. So this is looking pretty cool. As well, this also looks fairly simple as far as creating a new piece. Now, as far as animating that piece and giving it actions and maybe dialogue or something, that's going to be a whole nother story. But as far as actually building it, because it's voxel designed with the cubes, it looks like it'd be fairly simple for someone to create a new piece and then maybe use the coding from another piece in game to have it play.
Like the UI, you can add monsters, you can add new scripted adventures. It's really about not just us giving you a game and you playing it,
back that up
but
here for a second.
you taking that and twisting it up, mashing it up, doing what you want with it.
So here we see skeletons, another type of probably enemy monster that we'll fight. And what we're looking at here is probably a skeleton knight with heavy armor here, a normal skeleton, and then this cowl on top of their head makes me think kind of archer skeleton or maybe thief skeleton. I don't know how someone would design a thief skeleton, but that's what it makes me think of. It's probably an archer type monster.
When it comes to gameplay, we want to have lots of things to do and let you pick and choose from.
Here we have your actual unit customization. It looks like you'll be able to change the hairstyle and facial hair of your units somewhat and make them a little bit more customizable. Now here's something I didn't notice ever before from watching this video. We have like a hover wolf thing. I'm not sure how to describe it, but there's no legs, but it's a hover wolf that apparently your units might be able to ride and then pick up a giant halberd and swing at an enemy. That sounds like a lot of fun, actually. I wish I had a hover wolf.
Different kinds of play, and we want to encourage you to experiment, to have fun while you learn the rules.
Okay, here we see the actual first user interface panel that I've seen from this game, and a forge, a weaponsmith shop. We see a barrel for water, and an anvil, and a furnace, and swords down here along the bottom, as well as what looks like helmets, and it looks like you're going to be able to make quite a lot of different items, each giving the units different enhancements. Bonus armor, and courage, and stuff like stun immunity. So that looks like it's going to be good. Different options for when the units are to craft them. Whenever stock falls below a certain amount, maybe you can craft more, so you'll always have some ready, or just craft some now. That's pretty cool.
The system. The core of the game is crafting and building.
Alright, here we see a gate, actually. That's the first I've seen of that. Actual gate, and some type of insignia engraved in the top, as well as snow. So that tells me that there's going to be different types of biomes in the game where you'll be able to build your cities and cultures and expand to.
Making the key strategic decisions that will determine the fate of your settlers. But we'll have lots of fun things to do on top of base city management. Our combat plays out in real time, but it's at a more deliberate pace than what you would find in a normal RTS game, because we want to give you the time to survey the battlefield and think carefully before making those key strategic decisions. Farming is essentially a tile-based puzzle game, where your crops and the features of the landscape act as game pieces. We've actually prototyped mini-games for a lot of these things to make sure that they're
So
fun.
here they're talking about mini-games for your crops, planting and growing them. Let's see what this says. Stonehearth farm prototype, confidential. Don't put this in the Kickstarter video. Okay. Little Easter egg there. Growing clover. Here it's saying level and experience, so I'm guessing your farmer units will gain experience, and you'll actually be able to level up your farmers and make them better, which will maybe make the game easier. Soil, it's giving you info saying how fertile it is and how much water it's getting from proximity maybe to the river or other water sources.
Satisfying in and of themselves. We want you to have the flexibility to choose your own path and have
So here it just showed 3 different types of armor. Leather being a starter basic, maybe you get from killing different animals. Iron, which again I'll reference mining, which may or may not be in the game. I can't say anything for sure. This is just a breakdown based on what I'm seeing. And mythic, which may only be found in dungeons. Maybe we'll be able to mine certain pieces for it. Who knows?
for tinkering and experimentation along the way.
We started this project about 18 months ago. Tony and I had been working in...
Here's another reference to the shepherd. Little sheep. Ah, it's so cute. But, yeah, the shepherd for tending your units.
In Silicon Valley. And we have always wanted to make a game.
Golem.
We decided that it was sort of a now or never moment. So we both quit our jobs, set up shop in an upstairs bedroom in my house, and have been working on the game ever since.
We've both been developing software our whole lives, but this is our first game, and we're super excited about it. But in order to realize the game that we both have in our heads, we need a bigger team. We need more resources, and that means more money.
Kickstarter is a really obvious choice for us with this regard, because this is a game really about empowering you guys to take ownership of the game. By doing a Kickstarter, we can involve you right from the start in terms of giving you developer updates, giving you exclusive access to talk with us and share your ideas.
Now here's something interesting that we actually see. These are the different Kickstarter packs that were offered. This is the one that I got, the Intrepid Settler. A special thanks puppy companion that will accompany you along the way. And we see 2 different models for the dog, actually. Now, I'm not sure if maybe this one here on the right is a younger version that will grow into this older one as you continue along in the game or not. But that's something that may be seen. But I kind of like this German Shepherd looking one here on the left better.
Ideas and really build this game and build up the content that's going to make the game fantastic in a way that's very collaborative.
But we absolutely need your help to make this game a reality. So if you like what you see, I hope you can support us at whatever level makes sense for you, and tell your friends too.
So, there it is, YouTube. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, give me input, or give me death. This is Zolergeist, signing out.